It's so fun to dress up and be evil. I think I used to think that that was a bad thing, but it's actually like the most fun. Yeah.
Enchanted was my favorite movie growing up. Like, seriously, favorite movie, favorite Disney movie. So the fact that I'm like here right now is still kind of like there's an element of that's still surreal and it still doesn't feel like it's actually happening. So yeah, just to get to be a part of a movie that was so critical to my childhood and I've always loved since is incredible.
And we shot in Ireland, which was great.
Yeah.
So the whole environment had this magical quality to it. It's very enchanting.
For me, it was also a bit of a love letter to my daughter. I've done a lot of movies she hasn't been able to see, and she very much is like, why won't you do a film like Enchanted again? And I'm like, I can one-up you, let's do Enchanted.
Yeah.
And it is very much a love letter to my daughter. So I think being a mother sort of changed kind of what story I would tell for Giselle, and this idea that moving forward can be just as enchanting as looking back.
I know that change can be scary, but it can also be exciting.
If I learned anything from meeting Princess on a billboard, is that sometimes you just have to take a leap.
Let's start our new life.
Our roles are just really fun and silly. So for me, it was great because I got to dress up and wear a corset and just try to figure out how to balance the New York sensibility she used to have with all these years, 10 years of living up in a fairy tale world and what that would mean as an actress. And you.
Yeah, and me. You were excited to work with me. She was excited to get to work with me. Yeah, it was great. I mean, the first movie I think kind of took everybody by surprise. I think we didn't expect it. I mean, we always hope. Nobody sets out to make a bad movie, but the conceit was pretty ambitious, and it was Disney sort of sending itself up, and we just didn't know it was going to work. But the music and Amy's performance and like just the sincerity and it just was magical, and the formula really worked. So we're just so exciting to me to get to go back down that road and put on the goofy clothes again and unabashedly overact.
That's what we both did.
Overact. Yeah. Thank you. That's the word I was searching for.
He's so refreshing in the film because he's the one character that has absolutely no evolution from the first film, but you so crave it, and it's so wonderful. Yes, it's beautiful.
No, there's no such thing as a problem. I don't know what it is.
Nancy Edwards!
Robert! Congratulations!
Oh, it's what they call a fixer-upper.
Yes, once your peasants have dug out the moat and added a turret and a balcony from which you can sing. I see it now.
I, too, was a fan of the original, and it was the first of its kind to laugh at itself and be in on the joke and be smart and do all the tropes. It was brilliant and so beautifully executed because the songs are incredible. It is vulnerable and sweet and magical, and I can't believe that they made room for more. It's one of those things, even watching it, you see everyone come back, yes, they're back, yes, they're back, and then you get to add in there. Is really, really fun. And I think if you're going to be in it, you can't be as sweet as Amy, so I guess you have to be the opposite. It was really fun. It's so fun to dress up and be evil. I think I used to think that that was a bad thing, but it's actually like the most fun.
Melvina, Monroe, I would have sold you this house, but I deal in slightly more upscale homes.
Halloween, you get dressed up in a costume.
His costume.
I
love
boots,
I've never seen him
in the
more
first
happy
movie.
than, like,
Yeah, because I get to
got a
play and be
sword.
over the top, and
Yeah.
I had a great sword. I had my male corset that I could barely breathe
You
in.
did. You had a little like cummerbund.
I had my thing going, and it was fun to just
You were
pretend.
into your boots. You loved your boots.
I
Love my boots.
I wished for a fairy tale life, and it's all gone terribly wrong. Or terribly right.
They have a beautiful song. Yes. Written by Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz. I feel really honored. It's a beautifully written song. Does everybody sing?
Everybody
Yes,
sings.
everybody sings. Yeah.
Everybody sings.
At the last stroke of 12, nothing will be as it was before.
Stepmother!
Uh-oh. My first day of work on Enchanted, I'll never forget because I had just, I hadn't done that much film, and I'd come out of Wicked, and people didn't like outside of theater, people didn't really know me. And my very first day of work was in a dance studio with these two, ballroom dancing, this close, and I was completely starstruck and totally hot for both of them. And they were just, you know, like had their arms around my waist, and we had to like move around the room, and I was worried about my breath, and I was just, I'll never forget that as long as I live.
I worked with Rachel McAdams on The Notebook, and she was dating Ryan Gosling for a minute, and I ran into them in a restaurant a few weeks after I was on the bus in Times Square, and I said hi to them, and he goes, "Did I see you like in tights on top of a bus in Times Square?" I was like, yeah. And he was like, "Lucky you, man. I would love to do that."
Aww.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh, Giselle, what have you done?
I'm really excited for people to see it. I feel like it was the right time to do it and the right story, so I'm excited.